It had been hours since Phyllis Phelps' husband Bill left to run a quick errand before they went on vacation. Finally, she called him.
And I thought, what in the world? She said, Bill's been in a bad accident. We don't know if he's gonna make it.
The woman, who Phyllis knew, had seen it happen. Bill was going through an intersection on his motorcycle when a van ran a red light. Swerving to avoid a collision, he lost control and was thrown 40 feet across the pavement. He wasn't wearing a helmet.
It was so many emotions at one time that hit you. My first instinct is always to pray.
When Phyllis arrived at the local hospital, the staff was prepping Bill for a medevac flight to Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire.
My prayer was, oh God, just let him live. Bill was out, and I just touched his foot, and I prayed to the Lord, and I felt like the Holy Spirit, not in an audible voice, but just said, believe for life.
Soon after, Phyllis and her adult children began the 70-mile drive to Dartmouth Medical Center.
We didn't know if we would make it to the hospital before he died.
After they arrived, Phyllis learned Bill had numerous injuries that included several broken ribs, punctured lung, and a nearly severed spine. One injury, however, was life-threatening, a level 4 brain trauma that would require immediate surgery to get the brain swelling under control, if Phyllis agreed.
The doctor said to me, if we don't do this surgery, he will surely die. If he does live, he would probably be a vegetable. So that was to be factored in on my decision. Are you ready to take care of someone for the rest of their life? As I said, of course, do what you can to save him. They said, you and your children need to say goodbye. And so I brought the kids in the room and I said, God has the final say.
Doctors removed part of Bill's skull to alleviate the pressure on his swollen brain. Now, as Bill lay in a medically induced coma, all they could do was wait.
It wasn't hopeful, and I didn't know how much of him I would get back.
Soon, the waiting room was full of people praying for Bill and the family.
Even though I was in such sorrow, in such shock, I never felt away from the presence of the Lord.
Because it was a frontal lobe injury, Bill's doctors gave Phyllis little hope that Bill's memory would recover. By day 12, the brain swelling had gone down enough that they were able to bring him out of the coma.
He didn't know who we all were. I didn't know if he would ever remember us.
I remember extraordinary amount of pain. I remember my family praying for me.
2 days later, Bill transferred to Catholic Medical Center in Manchester, New Hampshire for rehab. There, he started relearning how to eat, speak, and walk. Even then, doctors didn't expect Bill would make a full recovery.
The doctors took me in and told me that I wouldn't get my husband back. He will be a very different man than I'm used to, and I needed to prepare myself.
Meanwhile, Bill had more than just physical struggles.
I had a walked and talked in relationship with God. How could he let this happen to me? Frustration turned into anger, mostly because I couldn't understand.
And he would say to me, I can't find myself. And I would tell him, God knows where you're at. God knows exactly where you're at. And he will find you.
By now, people all over the world were praying for Bill. Over the next month, he slowly improved. And on September 10th, he was released to go home.
Getting him home was great victory, but having him there was a great challenge. You could feel their prayers. It gave me a lot of hope.
A lot of determination, mostly because of the love that I was surrounded by my family, all those praying for me.
While Bill continued with outpatient rehab, he says his perspective toward God began to change.
My anger has turned into being thankful. I don't like what happened to me. I never will. I don't understand. I never will understand. I try now to thank him for the things that are happening, the blessings that I get to enjoy every day. I have 8 grandchildren. 6 of them I would have never met if God didn't spare my life.
Bill would still need multiple surgeries and rehab over the next 2 years, with the help of physical therapy. he is almost back to his normal life.
Because he kept improving. He did walk again. He sat at the supper table. He mowed a lawn. He learned to drive again. It's been a long, long haul, and it's not been easy for either one of us.
Today, Bill and Phyllis believe that it was the power of prayer that brought him back to the life he loves.
God's a miracle worker. He's still in the miracle working business.
Jesus Christ is faithful. No matter what you face, don't turn from God. Run to him. He's worthy to put your trust in. He doesn't want you to walk through this life alone. Whatever injuries you sustain in life, you need Jesus Christ. That's the answer.